Good morning, everybody, or good day, everybody, depending on what time it is. 7 mental shifts that will allow you to become unstoppable. It is really a great piece here. These tips are a combination of years of blood, sweat, and tears. They're something that somebody's spent an enormous amount of time researching, and they're fantastic. If you follow them to the letter, I promise you'll feel an enormous amount of momentum backing you up on a day-to-day basis, the likes of which you have never felt before. So here they go. Number 1, age is just a number. Most importantly of all, never forget age is just a number. The day you decide to take your age in your stride is the day you become unstoppable. Age can be an extremely powerful asset for you. Embrace your youth wholeheartedly. Accept that you're the young gun everyone wants to be. Use your stamina and adolescent innocence to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. If you're not young anymore, like me, you've got a fountain of wisdom on your side. You've been there and done that. You can assess a situation far better than 95% of the younger generations due to experience, and you can do it twice as fast as they can. In other words, you're just more aware. One of the things that I always say is you should work very hard to grow your awareness level, because the more aware you become, the easier life becomes, the more fun it becomes. People struggle in business, in life, in relationships, and everything because of a low level of awareness. So every day you should be working to grow your awareness level. If you believe that you can make it, guess what? You will. It's the placebo effect. Forget Murphy's Law. You can and will use your age, your education, your intelligence, your looks, and anything else to achieve your goals. There's nothing others like to see more than hardworking, talented, and intelligent individuals paving the way of the future. And by the way, that's how you get people to follow you. That's what people are looking for in leadership. They're looking for hardworking, talented, intelligent individuals that are paving the way, that are showing them, that are really teaching through their example. I mean, the best possible way you can teach, especially your teammates, and even more importantly, if you have children, your children, is through your personal example. People are watching you all the time. They're paying attention to what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're acting, whether you're doing something or not doing something, whether you follow through, don't follow through, whether you get dejected and depressed and down because things don't go your way, or you keep on fighting through and you figure out a way to make it happen regardless of what obstacles are in front of you. People are paying attention. You want people to follow you. You've got to be the perfect example of what a person needs to do to be successful. Number 2, reinvest in yourself. The safest way you can ensure your future success is to consistently focus on upping your game. Read something interesting or valuable for 30 minutes a day or more. Learn to cook your favorite meals or more. Work out regularly. Kill your workouts. Turn off the TV. Throw away the junk food. Start talking and thinking positively. Turn your car into a university for success. Turn off the radio. You've listened to music your whole life. Where's that gotten you? What have you got out of listening to music? A little bit of a temporary enjoyment, but what has it really done for you? Not much. I guarantee you, I love music as much as the next person. I love going to concerts, but you know what? Those have not helped me become successful. What's helped me become successful is turning my car into a university of success. Listening to all the right audios, whether it's people skills or leadership or sales skills or, you name whatever it takes, time management. There's so many things that you could be learning to up your game, to put yourself ahead of your competition, to separate yourself, to continue to maintain a gap between you and those who are following you, you and your clients, you and your teammates. Consume knowledge from each and every situation and experience in your life. Breathe information into your mind just like you would breathe oxygen into your lungs. Don't just learn about your profession or just learn about business or relations with everyone around you. Don't just learn. Master them. Master each. I have a saying that money follows greatness. The more you work on yourself, the more you up your game, the more you focus on being great at your craft, at your business, at whatever you're doing, money will follow you. Forget about chasing dollars. Chase greatness, money will be right there, right behind you. Learn about capitals of the world while you're at it. Be a well-rounded genius. Be that person who can confidently talk about the majority of topics, awe others with what you know. Call it your party trick. And the way you do that is you're constantly reading. You're always reading. One of the things that's probably made the most significant difference in my life is that I'm a voracious reader. I'm reading all the time. If you follow me on Twitter, @Hector Lamarque, everything that I'm posting is things that I'm reading, from either books or articles or audios that I'm listening to or whatever. Every time I'm tweeting something, it's pretty much something that I've just read, just listened to. One of the things that I made a decision and I made a commitment to myself. I figured that if I really worked on me, I said, Hector, where could you be in 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 years if you never stop growing you, if you never stop improving, if you never stop upping your game, where could you be? And folks, I've been doing that now for a lot of years, going on 40 years now, and I am so thankful I did because my life has changed dramatically because of that. Just dramatically in a way that it's almost embarrassing to talk about. Honestly, I mean, it's crazy how good it's become because of it. And I hope that some of you are hearing what I'm saying and you really make a lifelong daily commitment to growing you. That is really the key to everything you want. You can't, wherever you are right now is based on what you know now. If you want more, you got to be more. You got to become more. Don't forget, you need to spoil yourself from time to time. Nothing too over the top, unless you really deserve it. But without a doubt, you need to take care of number one, which is you. It's healthy to reward yourself. It allows you to avoid burnout and keeps you motivated to constantly move forward. So when you do something great, when you have a big win or even a small win, treat yourself to something. It doesn't have to be outrageous, but wallow in that a little bit. I just found out my daughter who's a screenwriter and a director. She went to AFI, which is arguably maybe the best, school in the world for screenwriting, for film, for whatever. It's a famous school, and she graduated there with a master's in screenwriting. And since she's graduated, she just got a call from one of her professors or one of the administrators there, and asked her to become a professor to teach. The introduction to screenwriting, because she's apparently her instructor told her that she's the best student she's ever had there, and so she just got offered that position. It's a part-time position, but it's pretty prestigious, and she said that it would allow her to have a job anywhere in the world as a professor teaching about screenwriting, teaching about film. And I said, you need to reward yourself. Go do something great. Go out to a great dinner. I mean, just revel in it. Because when you work hard and you do the work and you get it done, you need to reward yourself. One of the things I used to do when I started my business, and this is before I started making some money, started making, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand a month, and I started doing fairly well. And what I would do if I had a really good month and I did what I want to do, I hit my personal goals for the month, I would take my family to Palm Springs not even for the weekend. It would I'd go there, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon after I did my training with my team. We'd drive out to Palm Springs, stay in a great hotel right by the pool so that my kids could, play in the pool in the morning. We'd have breakfast in bed. We'd go out to a great dinner, take the kids to a movie. On a Sunday, we would go out and look at all these incredible model homes at all these golf course developments. They're all just fantastic with great views and beautifully decorated, and dream about what it was going to be like, having a place out there, which we ultimately did. But you need to reward yourself. And then I'd, drive back on Sunday night, and I just went, man, I want to live like this every day of the week. Every day of the week I want to live like I just did the last 24 hours. And then I would put together a game plan and get after it and work my tail off to make sure that I kept growing and kept getting better and developing people and growing my business, and because I wanted to be able to live like that all the time. And that's exactly what I did. I got to a point where, it's been a lot of years now that we're able to live just like we're on vacation. Pretty much about 90% of our life is as if we're on vacation. And you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Every one of you hearing me can do that. Now, you may not do it. You may not have the self-discipline. You may not do the work. You may not stay focused. You may get distracted. You may stop working on yourself. I don't know. But you can do it. It's a decision. Number 3, avoid decision fatigue. Somebody once said that you can only make a finite number of decisions in any given day or waking period. I don't remember who that was, and I don't care to Google it either, but I am a firm believer in this concept. I mean, your body gets tired after doing a lot of exercise, so why wouldn't your mind get tired after doing a lot of thinking? There are plenty of techniques you can employ to ensure that you have enough mental power to get you through the day and beyond. For example, before you go to bed, decide what you're going to wear and the work you're going to do the following day, or pre-cook multiple meals to avoid shopping and the mental strain of cooking on a daily basis. One of the things that I always did, I say this often, but it's worth repeating because it made a huge, gigantic difference in my life. I would never go to bed, ever, without having the entire day planned out, following day planned out, hour by hour. Everything I was going to do, who I was going to call, who I was going to meet with, what preparation work I was going to do, everything was spelled out hour by hour, so I didn't let any time get away from me. I didn't let people steal my time. I treated every hour like I had an appointment, and so those were things that I had to commit to doing, and I got done. And as a result of that, I got so much more done than the average person. It allowed me to just skyrocket my business because I didn't allow any time to be wasted on any day. I just planned everything out, and I was fanatical about planning the following day. I never went to bed without planning the following day. And you shouldn't either. If you're really serious about becoming successful, pre-plan everything. Put it in writing. And then when you get up in the morning, number 1, you'll sleep better because you won't have to be thinking about what you need to do because it'll be written out. You just wake up, you look at your plan for the day, and you get busy going after it, right? You hit the ground running instead of going, oh, what should I do now? No, you know what you're going to do. You just do it, and you execute. And then you do this day after day after day. Nobody does this, by the way, folks. If you start doing this, you will start blowing by your competition, your peers, like they're standing still. I guarantee it. Simple. Follow this pattern. Make decisions as quickly as possible. Make repeating decisions in batches. You'll literally cut your decision-making brain power expenditure in half. Makes life so much easier. Number 4, achieve a laser focus. I cannot tell you how important this is. Most people's biggest problems, they can't stay focused. In other words, they can't manage themselves. Your ability to manage yourself is going to be one of the most important keys to any success you're going to have down the road. What most people aren't able to do is manage themselves. They can't stay focused. It just amazes me how people, they get things going, they have momentum going, and then they get off on tangents or they get distracted. They can't stay focused, and because they can't stay focused, they're starting and stopping all the time. You don't want to do that. When you have that plan, like I said, every day where you have it all written out and you just execute the plan, that's the easy way to stay focused. Just do what you planned. The number 1 most prominent differentiator between mediocrity and meteoric success, the number 1 most prominent differentiator between mediocrity and meteoric success is the ability to work productively for hours at a time. Once you can achieve that Zen zone, the combination of techniques that grant you the perfect concentration, your results will be remarkable. You'll get mountains of work done, and you will feel incredible. If you don't hop on the train right now and train yourself to achieve laser focus, you will struggle to keep up with those who achieve these results. It's like making a down payment on your success with the highest rate of return. That is a great way of putting it. Of course, there are loads of things you can do to ensure optimum focus, from dimming the lights to turning off your phone to listening to music, working out regularly, doing something fun just before long periods of work, in between, or just after, as a reward after you've done it. Everyone's different, and only you know what you need to focus. But if you can't manage you and stay focused, it's very unlikely you're ever going to have any significant success. So manage you. Focus like a laser. Number 5, think big. Be big. There's a lot of science-backed proof that has established how important goal setting is. It's your only surefire way to ensure that you know what you want to achieve and that you're working towards these goals. If you have not already, you should immediately write down your 1, 5, and 10-year goals and stick them to the wall right above your desk, right above where you get ready in the morning. And put it on your visor on your car. Put it in your phone. Put it everywhere where you see it. Put it on your nightstand in a frame. So you get up, first thing you see in the morning is your goals, what you're trying to do. You need to be obsessed with it. It's one of the ways that you can alter your subconscious mind, where you're always thinking about what you want, and then your subconscious mind will help you obtain that. Not only write them down, but write down your bullet points on how you're going to achieve these goals. Just short, quick little bullet points. How are you going to get there? What are you going to do to get there to where you want to be? What's the knock-on effect on one task or goal? How will it improve your future and help you reach incredible heights? The power of acknowledging a goal reached, one you previously thought was unreachable, is ultimately the driving factor in creating waves of momentum and motivation. Be sure to reward yourself for each goal reached while keeping an eye on how achieving this goal has improved your life, and then make sure you have another goal right behind it in line to keep you moving forward. One of the things that people are kind of afraid of reaching goals because they're afraid that they're not going to or writing them down because they're not going to reach them. But you know what? I had income goals. I'm going to give you that. My first 5 years as I was building my business, the business I'm in now, I had income. I had a bunch of goals, but I had income goals. My first goal, first year, was to make $25,000 part time. I made $18,000. I didn't hit that goal. The next year, I had a goal to make $50,000. This was 1985. I made $35,000. I didn't hit that goal. The next year, I set a bigger goal to make $100,000. This is 1986. I made $86,000. I didn't hit that goal either. The next year, I had a goal to make $500,000. Things were moving. I was getting great at my business. I was working like crazy to get great at my business, to teach others to be great. And all of a sudden, my income jumped to $409,000. But my goal was $500,000, and I missed that goal too. So now we're into this 4 years. I missed every single goal, and then I had another goal. The following year, 1988, I had a goal to make $1 million that year, and I missed that goal. I only made $855,000. The point I'm trying to make is I set bigger goals all the time. I never hit a goal, but where I started from, which I made $18,000, 5 years later I made $855,000. Every year raising my goal, thinking bigger and bigger, thinking about doubling, tripling, quadrupling my income. And I never hit my goal, but my goals were big, and they kept getting bigger. And over the years, they just kept getting bigger. And I've hit all those. I've never hit an income goal that I've ever set, but I've come close. But every goal's bigger than the last, and that's what you need to do. Think big, be big. Don't be realistic. Realism is for mediocrity. Okay, for people who are mediocre. Don't be realistic. Look, if I was ever realistic, I never would have accomplished what I accomplished. You need to be unrealistic. You need to think big and be big. Number 6, create systems. A wise man once said, fail to prepare, prepare to fail, or thereabouts. Besides the obvious, this quote has a hidden meaning. You should put various systems in place that prepare you for tasks that you know you will have to do on a regular basis. Take your common task down a notch by putting something in place where it'd be code to auto-post your new blog post to Twitter, or installing a cat flap so you don't have to constantly open the door. Simply find ways to reduce the amount of times down to 0 if possible. You have to repeatedly carry out laborious tasks which can easily be automated. Tim Ferriss wrote a whole book on this topic, for God's sake. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. Now, Tim Ferriss is great. He has a lot of great stuff. You should look at that. Number 7, believe in yourself. This is so important. One of the reasons people don't believe in themselves is because they never do the work to prepare to the level they need to develop self-confidence, to be able to believe in themselves. If you don't believe in yourself because you lack skills or you lack knowledge, and do the work to develop those skills, to grow that knowledge so that you can start to believe in yourself. The lack of belief is really totally the culprit is a lack of preparation. The more prepared you are, like if you're going to take a test in school, remember when you were in school and you were taking tests, right? You remember when you didn't prepare, you just winged it? Well, guess what? You didn't have any confidence. You didn't believe that you were going to do well. You didn't believe in yourself because you didn't prepare. But those times, hopefully there were a lot of times, but those few times or a lot of times, right, depending on who you are, if you're an A student or a C2 student, right, if you were an A student, those times you prepared, really prepared, you did your due diligence, you did your homework, you read the assignments, you studied the material, you went over it over and over until you memorized it, right? Those days that you really prepared, you over-prepared, and I would suggest over-preparing. When you over-prepare, you believe that you're going to do well. Why? Because you're prepared and you have confidence. When you don't prepare, you're always going to lack confidence. You're never going to really believe that you're capable of doing something. So my suggestion is you make it a habit that you over-prepare. Okay, so I may have touched on this point in some of the other points above. You should never underestimate the power of being a positive person, the power of seeing that the cup is half full and not half empty, knowing that you have your own back, which is, you do that by preparing, by the way, and that you are strong enough to carry yourself and others is extremely empowering. It really does not matter how you build the power to believe in yourself, within reason, of course. It's only a matter that you do confident in your own abilities. And again, how do you get there? Preparation. You can and will be a force to be reckoned with if you so believe. Watch motivational, instructional videos. Read inspirational quotes. Follow me on Twitter, @Hector Marque. You're going to get tons of stuff. Every day I post a lot, 5, 10, 15 different things, all inspirational, all about what it takes to be successful and to grow yourself. Reassure yourself in the mirror every damn day if you have to. Do whatever it takes to build up the confidence to believe that you can make a difference, mostly through preparing, growing your skill sets, your knowledge. Follow this point before you follow any other of the 6 in the post. It's the bullet to your chamber, and without it, you're just shooting blanks. And folks, sign up for my blog. Just go to hectorlamarque.com. Subscribe to my blog, my podcast. I know. Look, make an investment in yourself. I've invested probably $150,000 over my lifetime in personal development, folks, and I've made millions of dollars as a result of it. Invest in you. Invest in you. If you're not going to invest in you, who's going to invest in you? Why should somebody follow you if you're not growing you? HectorLamarque.com. Sign up. Subscribe to the podcast. You can read my blog. The blog's free. It's on there. Go to it. Take advantage of what's available. If not me, somebody else. Do something. Get busy. Grow you.